Welcome to Top Rare Coins, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden treasures of history. On this channel, we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable old coins from the United States. From rare pennies and silver dollars to historic coins worth thousands of dollars. Each piece has a story waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about coins you might have lying around, this channel will guide you through the world of rare U.S. coins, helping you valuable finds and learn what makes them so special. Don't forget to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets behind America's rarest coins. Title: 1987 Liberty 1 cent no mint mark. Rare error coin worth thousands. If you've ever handled a handful of old pennies, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure without even realizing it. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern coins in the collector world, the 1987 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. This coin has sparked massive attention due to claims of extremely high market values, with some listings and discussions suggesting prices starting from over $1 million. But what is the truth behind this coin, and what makes it so special? Let's break it down step by step so you understand exactly what to look for, why collectors are interested, and how much this coin could realistically be worth. First, let's understand the basics. The 1987 Lincoln Cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Penny series, originally introduced in 1909. These coins feature the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner. By 1987, pennies were already being produced using a copper-plated zinc composition rather than solid copper, which had been discontinued earlier in the 1980s. Now here's where things get interesting. Most 1987 pennies were minted in three locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Denver carry a D mint mark, while San Francisco coins typically have an S mint mark, especially for proof coins. Philadelphia coins, however, traditionally did not carry a mint mark during that time period. So technically, a 1987 penny with no mint mark is not unusual. It simply means it was minted in Philadelphia. But collectors are not just interested in any regular 1987 Philadelphia penny. The real value comes from rare errors, unique conditions, and unusual characteristics that make a coin stand out from millions of others. So why are some people claiming that a 1987 no mint mark penny is worth over $1 million? The answer lies in a combination of misinformation, exaggerated listings, and extremely rare error possibilities. Let's talk about what actually gives this coin value. First factor is condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor condition all the way up to mint state grades like MS65, MS66, and beyond. A 1987 penny in average circulated condition is worth only its face value, just 1 cent. However, if you have a coin in near-perfect condition, especially one that has never been circulated, it can be worth significantly more. High-grade uncirculated coins can sell for a few dollars up to possibly $20 or more, depending on quality. Second factor is mint errors. This is where things become exciting. Error coins are highly collectible because they are rare mistakes made during the minting process. For a 1987 no mint mark penny, here are some valuable errors to look for. Double die errors, where the lettering or date appears duplicated. Off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned. Broad strike errors, where the coin appears flattened without a proper rim. Die cracks or cuds, which show raised lines or blobs on the surface. Wrong planchet errors, where the coin is struck on the wrong metal. If your coin has a strong and visible error, its value can jump dramatically. Some error pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and demand. Third factor is market hype. In recent years, online marketplaces have seen a surge in exaggerated coin listings. Sellers sometimes list common coins for extremely high prices, such as $100,000 or even over $1 million, hoping to attract attention or find an uninformed buyer. This does not mean the coin is actually worth that amount, but it's very important to distinguish between asking price and actual sold value. Just because someone lists a 1987 penny for $1.2 million does not mean it has ever sold for that price. Real market value is determined by completed sales, not listings. What is the realistic value of a 1987 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark? Here is a clear breakdown. A regular circulated coin is worth face value. An uncirculated coin may range from $1 to $20 high. Grade certified coins can reach $50 or slightly more. Today, we're diving into one of the most searched and talked about coins among collectors and beginners alike. The 1994 Lincoln 1-cent coin, often misunderstood, often overlooked, but in rare cases, surprisingly valuable at first glance. The 1994 penny looks like any other coin you might find in your pocket. It features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has been part of American coinage since 1909. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 to 2008. Millions of these coins were minted, making them extremely common in circulation. But here's where things get interesting. Collectors are not just looking for the coin itself. They are searching for rare variations, mint errors, and unique conditions that can dramatically increase value. Now let's talk about the mint mark confusion and the idea of a missing mint mark. In 1994, pennies were struck at multiple U.S. mint facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Coins produced in Denver carry a small D mint mark under the date, while Philadelphia coins traditionally had no mint mark at all during that time. This means a 1994 penny without a mint mark is not automatically rare. It simply indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. However, what collectors are really searching for are error coins, such as coins where the mint mark is weak, missing due to a striking issue, or altered due to die problems. Now here's where the value conversation becomes exciting. That a standard 1994 penny in circulated condition is typically worth face value, just 1 cent. Even in uncirculated condition, it may only be worth a few cents to $1 depending on quality. But when you introduce rare mint errors or exceptional grading, the value can rise significantly. For example, coins graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services can sell for hundreds of dollars. These coins must be in near-perfect condition, with strong luster, no visible marks, and sharp details. High-grade coins are rare because most pennies enter circulation and get damaged over time. Now let's explore the types of errors that can transform a common 1994 penny into a valuable collectible. First, there are double die errors. This occurs when the coin is struck with a misaligned die, causing a doubling effect on the lettering or date. If you notice doubling on Liberty or the date 1994, you could be holding something special. Second, off-center strikes. These happen when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in part of the design missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the potential value. Third, die cracks and cut errors. These appear as raised lines or blobs on the coin caused by damaged dies. While minor cracks are common, larger and more visible errors can attract serious collectors. Fourth, broad strike errors. These occur when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to spread out wider than normal. These coins have a distinctive look and can be quite valuable depending on condition. So where does the idea of a $1,200,000 value come from? In the coin collecting world, extreme values are usually tied to one-of-a-kind errors, historical significance, or extremely rare compositions, like the famous 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double die penny. For a 1994 penny to reach $1 million level, it would require an extraordinary, previously unknown mint error or a unique anomaly verified by experts. That said, coins can still sell for impressive amounts under the right circumstances. Auction records show that modern pennies in flawless condition or with dramatic errors can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about how you can check your own 1994 penny. Start by examining the coin under good lighting. Look closely at the date and lettering. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loop to inspect for doubling, cracks, or unusual features. Next, check the mint mark. If your coin appears to have a faint or missing D where it should be, this could indicate a weak strike or a filled die error, both worth investigating further. Then evaluate the condition. Coins with bright luster, no scratches, and sharp edges are far more valuable. If your coin looks almost brand new, it could qualify for a high-grade classification. That if you believe you have a rare or high-quality coin, the next step is professional grading. Services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, which significantly increases its market credibility and value. Another key factor is demand. The coin market is driven by collectors, and certain errors or varieties become popular over time. Keeping up with trends in the numismatic community can help you understand what buyers are looking for. Here's a pro tip for building a successful coin collection or YouTube channel around coins. Focus on education and authenticity. Many viral coin videos exaggerate values, but long-term success comes from providing accurate, useful information that builds trust with your audience. Instead of chasing unrealistic price tags, highlight real examples of valuable coins, explain why they are valuable, and teach viewers how to identify them. This approach not only improves viewer retention but also boosts your credibility in the niche. Let's summarize. A 1994 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is generally common and not automatically valuable. However, rare errors, high-grade conditions, and unique characteristics can increase its worth significantly, sometimes into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The idea of $1 million value is extremely unlikely unless an extraordinary and unique mint error is discovered and verified. But that doesn't mean you should ignore your pocket change. Some of the most valuable coins ever found were discovered in everyday circulation. Today to the long-running Lincoln Cent series, originally introduced in 1909. By 1996, the design had already been in circulation for decades, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Millions of these coins were produced, and because of that, most people assume they are only worth their face value. However, certain factors can turn this common coin into a highly desirable collectible point. One of the key points that collectors focus on is the mint mark. In 1996, pennies were struck at multiple locations, including Philadelphia and Denver. Coins produced in Philadelphia traditionally either had no mint mark or used the letter P in other denominations. For Lincoln cents during that time, Philadelphia issues typically had no mint mark at all. That means a 1996 penny without a mint mark is generally from the Philadelphia Mint. Now, you might be wondering, if millions of these coins were produced, why would any of them be valuable? The answer lies in condition, rarity within grades, and possible mint errors. While most circulated coins are only worth 1 cent, high-grade examples that have been preserved in near-perfect condition can command significantly higher prices. These are coins that show no signs of wear, have strong luster, and sharp details. Professional grading plays a major role in determining value. Coins that are graded at the highest levels, such as Mint State 67 or above, are extremely difficult to find. Even though the coin itself is common, very few survive in flawless condition. That scarcity at the top end of the grading scale is what drives prices upward. In addition to condition, collectors also search for unique mint errors. These errors can include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, or other abnormalities that occurred during the minting process. A 1996 penny with a noticeable and verified mint error can be worth far more than a standard example. Error coins are highly sought after because they are one-of-a-kind or exist in very limited numbers. Another factor that influences value is market demand. The Lincoln Cent series has one of the largest collector bases in the United States. This means that even modern coins can gain attention if they meet specific criteria. As more collectors look for high-grade examples to complete their sets, competition increases, and so does the price. There have been claims circulating online suggesting that certain 1996 pennies without a mint mark can reach extremely high values, even figures like $1,200 or more. While such prices are not typical for standard circulated coins, they are possible under very specific conditions. For example, a coin would need to be in exceptional condition, professionally graded, and possibly feature a rare mint error or unique characteristic. It is important to understand that not every 1996 penny without a mint mark is valuable. In fact, the majority are still only worth face value. The difference comes down to quality and rarity within that quality. Collectors are not just buying the coin itself, they are buying the condition, the uniqueness, and the story behind it. If you are searching for this coin, start by examining your pocket change or coin collections carefully. Look for coins that appear brighter, cleaner, and more detailed than others. Pay attention to the edges, the lettering, and the overall surface. Coins that have been well preserved stand out immediately once you know what to look for. Using a magnifying glass or a coin loupe can help you identify small details that are not visible to the naked eye. This is especially useful when searching for mint errors or subtle variations. Even a small difference can make a big impact on value. Storage is another critical aspect. If you happen to find a high-quality example, it is essential to protect it properly. Coins should be stored in holders or protective cases that prevent scratches, moisture damage, and environmental exposure. Proper storage ensures that the coin maintains its condition over time, which is crucial for preserving its value. For those who are serious about selling or evaluating their coins, professional grading services are highly recommended. These services authenticate the coin, assign it a grade, and encapsulate it in a protective holder. A graded coin often sells for more because buyers have confidence in its authenticity and condition. The coin market is always changing, and values can fluctuate based on demand, trends, and new discoveries. That is why staying informed is important. Following auctions, collector forums, and market reports can give you a better understanding of what collectors are currently looking for. The 1996 Lincoln Memorial Cent without a mint mark may seem ordinary at first, but it represents an opportunity. It is a reminder that valuable coins are not always old or rare in the traditional sense. Sometimes, value comes from condition, detail, and the eye of a knowledgeable collector. Today's video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about the 1997 Lincoln Cent, including mint varieties, rare errors, and the realistic market values that collectors are actually paying right now. If you've ever wondered whether your penny jar might contain something valuable, this is a video you don't want to miss. Let's start with the basics. The 1997 Lincoln penny features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has been used since 1909. On the reverse, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, which was used on pennies from 1959 all the way through 2008. These coins are made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, giving them that familiar copper color. Now, when it comes to mint marks, there are three main versions of the 1997 penny. Coins struck in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark. Coins from Denver carry a small D mint mark. And coins from San Francisco were struck as proof coins for collectors and feature an S mint mark point. One of the biggest misconceptions online is confusion between the 1997 D penny and a no mint mark version. These are not rare variations. Philadelphia coins without a mint mark are completely normal and were produced in massive quantities. In fact, hundreds of millions of these coins were minted. So if you're holding a regular 1997 penny in circulated condition, its value is usually just 1 cent. Even in uncirculated condition, most examples are worth only a few cents to maybe $1 at most. But here's where things get interesting. The real value in 1997 pennies comes from error coins and high-grade examples. These are the types of coins that collectors are actively searching for, and in some cases, they can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's talk about the most important errors to look for. The first is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck with a misaligned die, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. On a 1997 penny, you want to carefully examine the lettering, especially the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see clear doubling that looks like a shadow or offset image, you might have something valuable. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the design being missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin can be. Some of these have sold for significant premiums depending on how much of the design is visible. Next, we have broad strike errors. These occur when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to expand outward. These coins often look slightly larger and flatter than normal pennies. While not extremely rare, they are collectible and can carry added value. There are also clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a flaw in the metal blank before striking. These are easy to spot and are popular among collectors. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where serious value can come into play. Coin grading is one of the most important factors in determining value. A coin in average circulated condition will have visible wear, scratches, and dull surfaces. But a coin in mint state condition, especially grades like MS67 or higher, can be extremely valuable due to its rarity in pristine form. For 1997 pennies, high-grade examples graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can sell for much higher prices than standard coins. In some cases, a near-perfect coin can reach into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if it has exceptional luster and no visible flaws. However, it's important to understand that these high-grade coins are very rare. Most pennies found in circulation will not meet this level of quality. Now let's address the big question that brings most people to this topic. Is there a 1997 penny worth thousands or even millions? As of now, there is no verified record of a standard 1997 Lincoln penny selling for anywhere near $1 million. Claims like that are often exaggerated or misleading. The highest values are typically tied to unique error coins or exceptionally graded specimens, and even then, they are nowhere close to that level. That said, the possibility of finding a valuable coin still exists, especially if you know what to look for. So here's a quick checklist you can use. Check for mint mark location under the date. Look closely at lettering for doubling. Inspect the coin's edges for clipping or irregular shapes. Examine the strike alignment for off-center errors. Evaluate overall condition and shine. If your coin stands out in any of these areas, it might be worth getting it professionally evaluated. Another important tip is to avoid cleaning your coins. Cleaning can significantly reduce a coin's value, even if it looks more attractive afterward. Collectors prefer original surfaces, even if they show age. When it comes to selling, platforms like eBay, coin auctions, and certified dealers are the most common routes. However, getting your coin graded first can increase buyer confidence and help you achieve a better price. Now let's talk strategy for collectors and content creators. Videos about valuable pennies perform extremely well on YouTube because they combine curiosity, accessibility, and the thrill of discovery. The key is to balance excitement with accuracy. Titles like 1997 Penny Worth Money or Rare Pennies to Look For attract strong search traffic while keeping the content credible. By focusing on real errors and realistic values, you build trust with your audience, which leads to more subscribers and higher watch time. Today, we are diving deep into the 1998 Lincoln 1-cent coin, including the Denver minted version and the confusion surrounding coins with no visible mint mark. If you have a 1998 penny in your pocket or collection, this video could completely change how you look at it. The 1998 Lincoln cent is part of one of the most widely collected coin series in the United States. Featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, this design has been a staple in American coinage since 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial design, which remained in use until 2008. While millions of these coins were produced, certain variations and conditions can make some examples far more valuable than their face value. Let's start by understanding the mint marks. In 1998, Lincoln cents were struck at 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia typically do not carry a mint mark, while Denver coins are marked with a small D below the date. San Francisco coins are usually proof coins and carry an S mint mark. One of the biggest misconceptions among collectors is the idea that a 1998 coin with no mint mark is rare or highly valuable. In reality, coins without a mint mark from this year were produced in Philadelphia in very large numbers. However, this does not mean they are worthless. The key factor that determines value is not just the mint mark, but the condition and whether the coin has any unique errors or varieties. Now let's talk about what truly makes a 1998 Lincoln cent valuable. The first and most important factor is condition. Coins that are in uncirculated or mint state condition can command significantly higher prices. Collectors use grading systems such as MS65, MS66, or higher to describe coins that have minimal wear and strong visual appeal. A 1998 penny graded at the highest levels can be worth far more than a circulated coin. Another major factor is the presence of errors or varieties. One of the most well-known varieties for 1998 is the wide AM reverse. This refers to the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. In the wide AM variety, the letters are clearly separated, while in the more common close AM version, they appear almost touching. The wide AM variety is significantly more desirable among collectors and can increase the coin's value dramatically. If you are searching your coins, this is one of the first details you should check. Use a magnifying glass or a digital microscope to closely inspect the reverse design. Spotting a wide AM variety could turn an ordinary penny into a sought-after collectible. In addition to the wide AM, there are also other potential errors that can increase value. These include off-center strikes, double die errors, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. While these errors are rare, they are highly prized by collectors and can sell for hundreds of dollars depending on severity and condition. Now let's address the Denver minted 1998 D penny. While most 1998 D coins are common, high-grade examples and coins with errors can still hold value. In circulated condition, they are typically worth face value. However, in mint state grades, such as MS67 or higher, these coins can sell for significant premiums in auctions. What is the realistic market value of a 1998 Lincoln cent? In average circulated condition, the value remains 1 cent. In uncirculated condition, values can range from a few cents to several dollars. For high-grade certified coins, especially those graded MS67 or above, prices can reach into the tens or even low hundreds of dollars. Error coins and rare varieties like the wide AM can push values even higher, sometimes exceeding several $100s depending on demand. It's important to rely on verified sales data and professional grading services when evaluating your coin. Organizations like PCGS and NGC provide certification and grading that can significantly increase buyer confidence and market value. If you're serious about coin collecting or looking to profit from rare finds, always focus on 3 key factors: condition, rarity, and demand. These elements drive the coin market, not hype or exaggerated claims. Now here's a quick checklist you can use when examining your 1998 penny. Check for mint mark location below the date. Inspect the reverse for wide AM spacing. Look for unusual errors or striking issues. Evaluate the overall condition and luster. Consider professional grading for high-quality coins. If you follow these steps, you'll be able to identify whether your coin has potential value beyond face value. For content creators and collectors alike, coins like the 1998 Lincoln Cent are perfect for engaging videos because they are widely available and spark curiosity. Many viewers already have these coins, which increases watch time and interaction. Encouraging your audience to check their own coins is a powerful strategy for boosting engagement.